She knew what her sisters would say. They would say how it was just like her to be brought down by a litter of puppies. To be fair, she wouldn't have fallen for it if it weren't coming from Jonathan Devlin, the second son of the Earl of Westrick. Devlin was a watery chap who whimpered about flat champagne and wrinkled cravats. He hadn't committed any sin greater than wearing the wrong colour waistcoat to a fox hunt. So why shouldn't she have believed him when he said the Marquis of Lumberton's prized ridgeback had just birthed an extraordinary litter of puppies? It seemed like such an innocuous thing, and something Devlin would have been interested in, as it involved absolutely no effort on his part to enjoy it. So she'd followed him. The musicale was not overly stimulating. The Marquis of Lumberton had 3 daughters, all of whom possessed less talent than a tarnished teapot, and the evening drew on insufferably. It was probably this which had her accepting Devlin's story so quickly, for in it she saw her way out. The setting where the Marquis's daughters performed was an assembly of drawing-rooms with their doors opened to permit the gathering of all the guests, for it was quite a turnout. While the Marquis's daughters lacked talent, they did not lack in dowry, and all 3 were on the market that season. Johanna, Louisa's younger sister, had jumped at the chance to attend, for it fulfilled Viv's, their eldest sister's, quest to find them both husbands, while also ensuring no such thing would occur that evening, as all attention was on the Lumberton sisters. Johanna, ever reluctant to find a match, enjoyed the idea of being passed over very much. Louisa did not. While she was happy to do anything Jo wished, she was not so happy to endure the endless rendition of songs Louisa could not even decipher, as the Lumberton sisters continuously mutilated the lyrics. So if Jo were to gain something out of this, so would Louisa. She was going to see some adorable puppies. Devlin had easily slipped both of them from the crowd during a pause in the music, as fortune hunters posing as eligible gentlemen surged forward to praise the sisters for their aptitude. Louisa and Devlin simply stepped from the room and into the empty corridor. She should have known by how easy it was to escape, that only bad things lay ahead. The Marquis of Lumberton's town home was much like the other homes of the peerage, and it was easy to navigate through the endless corridors toward the back of the house. "Do you know where you're going?" She'd meant the question playfully, as anyone who was familiar with dogs, and she was, thanks to her sister Eliza's love of collies, would know the pups were likely being weaned near the kitchens. They would simply need to find the servants' stairs at the back of the house. That's why she startled when Devlin whipped about, his jaw firm, his eyes wide with indignation. "Do you not think I know what I'm doing?" The light was dim here, as the guests weren't meant to be in this part of the house, and only a few sconces were lit along the corridor. The slanted light marked his face with valleys of shadows and spikes of light, turning him suddenly ghostly before her. It was unsettling, but she shook it off. He was just being a spoiled child. She picked up her skirts. "I didn't say that. Perhaps you misheard." She didn't wait for a reply and moved forward. She could find the puppies on her own. She'd only gone a few steps when Devlin came up behind her. His footsteps were so solid and swift the mere sound of them startled her. It was this that would be her first mistake. She pivoted to see just what his rush was about, and in doing so she was slightly off balance. She was certain this was why he was able to grab her arm so quickly and sweep her into a room off the main corridor. They plunged into almost complete darkness, and her senses were left rattled and useless.